My name is Mark O'Donnell. I'm from the Diocese of Motherwell, and I'm from a town called Wishaw. I've lived there basically all my life. I had stayed in Bellshill for a few years before, and so I grew up in that parish for all my life, and I always remember it being a very vibrant, family-orientated parish as I was growing up. When I left high school, I attended university at Glasgow, the University of Glasgow, where I studied mathematics and then took a postgraduate diploma in teaching for secondary teaching in the specialism of mathematics. So when I finished there, I actually attended my probation year working in St Margaret's High School in Airdrie, which was a wonderful year that I really enjoyed. And that was all just before coming to seminary, so it was a very difficult decision to have to leave that job and the prospects that that job had to come out here to follow my vocation. I attended Mass regularly growing up. You know, every Sunday we were taken by our family, and then I used to stay sometimes with my grandparents at the weekend, so I used to go to Mass with them as well. But there was nothing ever really that profound or anything that made me desire to be a priest when I was younger. I remember being in high school and not really knowing what I wanted to do with my life, and as I said earlier, I ended up studying mathematics at university, and during that period at university I went to Lourdes with the diocesan youth group because I had two of my friends were going. So I must have been maybe 19, I think, at that time. And when I was there, I met a seminarian at that time who's now a priest, Father Martin Delaney, and we hit off a very good friendship and started chatting about life and what we were wanting to do, and I became really fascinated by his life in the seminary. And I remember one evening during that trip sitting in the grotto in Lourdes. I was sitting across the water from the basilica, and I was kind of trying to say my prayers, and I remember one of my prayers at that time being, what should I do with my life, you know, like, Our Lady, please help me to discern what is wanted of me. And immediately from there came this thought in the back of my head to be a priest. And it was something that I fought for a very long time. I think overall it was maybe 4 years or something I was struggling with the idea of entering seminary. But as I said, I always remember that moment in Lourdes being very pivotal, because it was probably the first time where I experienced my faith on a more adult level, where I had friends who were engaged in the same activities as me, where I had an enjoyable experience of faith, an enjoyable experience of helping each other and living what at that time I probably didn't realise, but the gospel message, you know, of love and help, and being guided by the people who were on the retreat and building community. I think the first thing I would say is trust in God, because God is very good. I can say from my own point of view that I would never have imagined how the past 6 years of my life have planned out, you know, having been filled with fear and worry before entering the seminary. And on top of that, what I would say is to follow your heart as well, because your head will always tell you not to, but your head will always give you the reasons not to do something, whereas sometimes you just need to follow the desire of your heart and trust in God, as I said. And and I always remember before I came to seminary, I was given advice by a priest friend who actually wrote on a card to me when I came here to remain close to the one who's called. And I would say that's a very important stage for anyone who's joining the seminary, but also in our own day-to-day lives, you know, is to stay close to the one who has called us, you know, to remain loyal and trusting and loving in a relationship with Christ. Firstly, I would like to give a shout out to my aunt, who is actually at home and unable to join us for the ordination due to an operation, so I'd just like to thank her for all her support, and you'll be missed here, but I'm glad that you're getting to watch it. I'd like to thank obviously all my family and friends for all the love and the support that they've given, especially those in my parish and the parishes where I've served as during the summers as a seminarian. And lastly, I would like to thank everyone in the Scots College community, to those who have left, to those who have discerned that this was not what God was calling them to the sisters, to the present college community, and to all the staff as well, because I wouldn't be able to be at this stage of my life without all the help and all the prayers and the support of everyone here. So just like to thank everyone for that.